going on, everybody? Hey, Monty here with another episode, another edition of Hey Chill, It's Just a Podcast. Had to change the camera. And we're here with another week, another day. Got the full cast here. I feel like it's been a few weeks since we've had the full cast. I don't know what it is. No, we had you last week,
right?
We
definitely had him last week.
He's so unmemorable.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
That's crazy.
And he didn't even come up here with the right energy.
Definitely.
Like, it was just bland.
What?
When you come up here, you got to make sure it's just like, he already know it's A Chill. Just about, he was like, hey guys, it's A Chill.
I did the same thing I do every single week.
It was low tip.
You want me to restart?
Yeah, a little bit.
Wait, I
Are
gotta.
we doing this again?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep it going. Fuck you. How about that? Anyway, we're here another week, and man, I don't know if you guys have paid attention to anything, but it's been a pretty wild week, like politically. I don't know if you guys noticed today that the director of Secret Service, Kimberly Cheatler, got rigged by freaking Congress, and it was bad, dude.
What do you mean rigged?
Like, she was asked a lot of questions about the shooting and absolutely no answers for anything. Like, she would not answer a question. It was bad. Like, and she had an entire Congress committee telling her to resign. It was awful. I've been watching clips all day. It's been bad, but it's been a joy to watch because somebody well deserves to be getting fired right now. Because
Donald Trump.
how y'all let all this happen last weekend was awful. Was absolutely awful.
I don't care. Shoot me, internet. I still feel like it was a setup, and that's what propaganda is for. You know, dictators do stuff like that to try to make you feel sympathy for them.
We didn't even introduce.
We didn't introduce
That's what I was
nothing,
about to
so
be
we
like.
shouldn't have
That's what I was
started
about to
it
tell you.
off
Hold
with
up,
this.
because it's been a wild week. We have an amazing guest in the building, y'all. Let me restart.
Jesus.
Let me rewind. Yeah, I'm tripping right now. I'm tripping.
Yes.
We have Clarissa in the building. Hello,
Hello.
Miss
Sounds.
Dang. What?
Where's the sounds, bro?
The voice mod is not loading on my computer anymore.
Man.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay, well, I'll do it. You see it?
All right,
You know
can
the
stop now.
clapping.
You can stop now. You can stop.
Sorry,
now.
I tried.
Clarissa, hello.
Hi.
Introduce yourself. Tell everybody hello.
Hello. My name is Clarissa. I'm from United Kingdom.
Yes.
No. See, again, it's the energy. Hi, my name is Clarissa. I'm an artist from the UK.
That's not
and,
me.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, I get it. I get it. I
Right.
get it. I
Thank
can
you.
feel it. I can feel it. We gonna raise it up. We gonna raise it up.
I think we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta warm it up, dude.
Right?
Hey,
Hey,
chill.
chill.
But
It's
chill,
just
bro.
a
Accent is
podcast.
coming
You
out.
should
It's just
know
a
this.
podcast, bro.
You should know this.
I mean,
That's crazy. He got
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I
I
personally love like you're not like British accents, English accents, because like I have a pretty good one myself. You know what I'm saying? I try.
Yeah.
I try.
We got rid of that.
I wanna hear it.
long
I wanna
time
hear
ago. Months ago.
All right, you gotta just let
Can
me
you
come out with
say,
it. You know what I'm saying? All right, can I
Can
say
I get a
what?
request?
Go ahead.
I go. Can you say sit your ass down now?
Sit your ass down right now. No,
my
it's not.
God.
It's not it right now. So you gotta let it. You just gotta let it kind of come in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta let it kind of ease through.
I worked months to get rid of it, and you just brought it back.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. He insulted when I tried to do my British accent. He told me that I just sounded like a country bumpkin, right?
You did,
but you speaking and then him saying it was like,
because I'm not
you
actually
sound
from the UK.
nothing like it though.
But I didn't get any chance to kind of warm up. I gotta warm up the tonsils.
That's tough.
Pause.
No
Say
diddy.
no diddy, something. Dang.
diddy.
Some shit.
Yeah.
You walked yourself into that, friend.
I mean, whatever. Anyway, so tell me a little bit about the UK. Like, how different is it from the United States?
It's wet. It's miserable. It's wet. What a great start, right? It's moist out there. We grow a lot of potatoes.
Moist.
It's actually not a bad, terrible place to grow up. There's a lot of great things about what the country offers to citizens and stuff. But I'm glad I've traveled and seen other things. You get to a point, I think, when you're like growing up, where you decide if you want to stay where you're at or you want to explore. And I was definitely an explorer,
Right.
and I wanted to do that.
Because you
by-
said you
by
lived
means
in
of doing music.
you said you lived in the Middle East for a while, right?
Yeah.
What part of the
so-
Middle East?
Actually, it was like right in the middle of Saudi Arabia and Dubai. So it's in a place called Bahrain, which is like the Las Vegas of the Middle East. Like,
They grow a
party
lot
town.
of mushrooms in Bahrain.
Oh.
A lot of mushrooms.
lot of
in
mushrooms.
Shit,
Bahrain.
I never found any.
Yeah, like
Right, show
They have
me
a
the
bunch
mushrooms.
of Navy military bases in Bahrain. So yeah, they grow a lot.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I've never
Yeah,
heard
I've
of that
never
place
been-
until right now.
Yes.
So I ain't even gonna hold you.
I'm just learning about this. I'm mad.
So how different is it out there compared to here? Like,
I think honestly, as somebody like traveling at night a lot and like working in nightlife, you feel safer out there because people are more like they've got other things going on. Like there's religious police and then there's like normal police. So they've got different values amongst society in general.
right.
It definitely feels like you're operating on a different frequency where as soon as I come to the United States, I'm fucking stressed the fuck out. I swear to God, you want a different like vibration out there.
Yeah.
You wake up, people are praying in the morning on certain night in the week, and then there's that time that's dedicated to finding your peace.
Your inner
Yeah.
peace, yeah.
But shit, they ain't time for that here.
No.
I'm like, oh
Fuck
my
no.
Lord.
America's
There is no time dedicated to that.
America is
No.
literally just
Zero.
one big fucking like monopoly.
It's a
just
melting
like,
pot.
Yeah, it's
It's
just-
the land of chaos. This is where, yeah, everything is just shit. But you can make a lot of money here.
you can make a lot of money
That's a
other
lot of
places.
money. That's
too,
about
though.
it.
You can make a lot of money other places too.
But
though.
no, what the reason why I say that is because this is where a lot of people come only to make the money type thing.
Yeah, but then
can
you
make a lot
get
of
here
money
and you
here.
realize that the money ain't even there. No, the money's definitely there.
If
You just
you
gotta go get
thrive
it.
in chaos, it's there.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
No
but
bullshit.
like she said, you have to be willing to thrive in chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do
Yeah.
you do that?
Just like we were talking about earlier, it's like constantly making yourself uncomfortable because once you're comfortable, you're gonna be just stuck and stagnant,
Plus, we
not
got more
going
cheat
anywhere.
codes over here. Just in like life in general, we have a lot more cheat codes. Overseas and stuff like that, they're strict with their religious beliefs, their laws. There is no getting out of it or getting things suspended. Like when you get fucked up over there, they gonna reprimand you and they're gonna make an
Hell
example.
yeah.
So over here, you get away with a lot more. I feel like.
Ah.
I got some stories.
Yes, I would love
I
to
don't know.
hear because
I don't know. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to explain because I was here for a couple of weeks. I came around Christmas time, and like we'd be partying like 'cause it's literally right around Christmas. I came
Yeah.
like December 1st, and once I got over my jet lag, it's like party. And there was like some instances, just like people like if you're moving around too fast, like. Virginia Beach police like popping up, like they should be crazy. Like people, and,
I
you
guess
know,
we're just used to stuff like that though. It's like,
Yeah.
I never experienced that kind of situation happen when in the Middle East. You
oh
would
well,
think it would
yeah.
be more straight there,
Yeah.
but people be
Here
like
it's-
wailing out and having a good time, and there's less. It feels like because they're less controlling over that kind of stuff, it happens less
Yeah.
naturally. Like
Because over here, it's just like people are quick to like get mad in the club, go out in their cars, get their guns, and
Exactly.
start shooting shit.
Especially in
And
Virginia
so,
Beach.
like-
Like if you went to Myrtle Beach or you went to Tampa or something like that, then yeah, you can get wild as much as you want to. Virginia Beach, I think they
don't
still got
know.
that cussing law, don't they? Where you can't cuss on the boardwalk.
Yeah,
or
no
you get
bullshit.
fined.
Yeah. They really do.
it's-
Really?
I'm always
Yeah.
cussing. I'm gonna get fucked
I was
up
getting ready
on
to
that
say,
boat.
I mean,
Lord,
like,
I
if you're
shouldn't-
cussing amongst your people and it's not loud, I mean,
Oh,
it's fine.
okay.
But if
Like,
you're just
no.
like screaming out "fuck you" in the fucking middle of the
Oh
street,
well, that's just
yeah,
It's
you know.
not-
I mean,
indecency.
but you know, yeah, but people get drunk and they start getting loud and indecent as fuck.
Well,
Like, they start
yeah.
getting mad, obnoxious. So it's like
This is
that's
true.
why I think they put those laws into place. But people are doing it anyway. Like I've been out in Virginia Beach so many times and people are just yelling and screaming. Like doesn't matter. But yeah, America is a very dangerous place. That's why I don't even party. I don't like to party. Like I have so much anxiety about going out Friday, but I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It just
Really?
be like that.
You
Yeah.
have anxiety?
Always. Every time I have to go out somewhere. Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm not gonna
felt
lie, I
that way.
do too. That's the reason why sometimes I will just like disappear, and nobody will hear from me.
She whacked
Because
as fuck.
I
Irish
will.
exit.
Yeah, you said it's the Irish exit.
Yeah, when people leave without saying bye, apparently it takes like
Wow.
100
She'll
hours
just
a year or some shit like that.
yeah, she'll just like fucking
that's me.
ghost
Like, fucking
everybody.
I'm out.
I'll just shoot.
There's been multiple times that me and Ed are out at wherever the fuck, and we're just like, "Where's Tay at? Tay, where are you at?" No response till the next morning. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys, I
sorry, I
fell
fell asleep.
asleep. Show ho ass. up.
Yeah.
Seems having to find people and say bye to. I'll do it.
I just don't.
Yeah,
I never seen the anxiety part.
maybe group settings, but
that's the thing. It's like I have no problem going out sometimes. It's just well, no, I'm lying. I have no
So you
problem
lying.
going out once I'm out there. That's what it
Yeah,
is. It's getting out there, getting the courage to kind of like go out there. It's like, I really just don't feel like it. Or you got to be around all of these people. And it's like, oh, well, who is it? I'm hoping this person isn't I'm running to, or, you know.
It depends on what you're going out there for, I would say. Because I'm listening to all y'all, and I'm just like, okay, if you plan on going to a club, but you have anxiety or going out,
well, like if I'm going out to DJ or make some money, that's one thing. But if I'm going out to like just be amongst the crowd, that's a whole nother thing. Because like when I'm DJing, I'm working. I'm focused on my job. I'm not focused on anybody else besides what I'm doing right there. Because you know, when I go out, I sit my happy ass down somewhere. I stay to myself. I'll get on the dance floor, dance in my own little corner, and that's
wait
about
a minute.
it.
If that's what you think you're going to do with me Friday, you are sadly mistaken.
No. We gonna be like this in the club.
I don't sit down. We're dancing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'll save that story for later. Great. Anyway, all right. So moving on. So
I'm sorry.
You know, it's Tay.
What's the point of going out to a party if you're not gonna enjoy it and dance?
But see, we'll talk. Hey, move on. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, so Clarissa, let's talk about you a little bit. Let's talk about your life a little bit. You know what I mean? So, like, what was your childhood like? Did you move around a lot? Were you kind of stationary?
No, I mean, like, I kind of floated around the same town. So never really traveled too much as a kid. I just always had a very strong feeling about music. It's helped me through a lot of different situations, which, you know, haven't been very positive for me. But in general, like, it's helped me to build a life that I didn't think I could have done without it, you know.
When did you know it was your calling card? Like, when did you know this is it for me?
This is gonna sound really lame, but I got bullied a lot when I was in high school and stuff. But I still had this little thing inside me that I really wanted people that liked me. So I still would do music and stuff because I felt that was my way to reach them.
Yeah.
You know, because maybe we didn't have a lot in common, but that kind of, when I would do that, they would be like, I didn't care if the sister really like you. You sound so good. Like, you know, you got some, you know, other young kid, like, saying, like, that's something special about you. Yeah. And then that was kind of a way for me to, like, get out my stress as well. Yeah, you know, if I was going through a really hard time, I'd be in the music department in the room with the piano, staying away from people and just finding a way to figure it out through music. Like, it saved my life.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe your sound? Like, if somebody was to look up your name, how would you describe your music to them?
Well, I kind of got like named like a soul singer because I have a deeper edge. I sing with a lot of emotion, but I know how to move that as well, vocally. So I got like deemed like a soul singer, and I've kind of like, when I think about it, it's actually pretty accurate, you know. Even like when I first started gigging, I would like do Jennifer Hoods and stuff. I would do a lot of like Aretha Franklin, and the Motown was pretty popular as a type of show where I grew up, especially for the older generation who would be more in the venues spending money because it was the boomers then who would be out enjoying themselves. And this is like 2011, 12 when I first started doing that, and that quickly became a way for me to make money, like without me having to do crazy hours to do that same thing, especially in the UK. So it operates different when it comes to like minimum wages. It's based on age. So if you're I shit you not, they have different minimum wages for people of different age
in the UK.
Yeah. So if you go to a place and you want a full-time job, they could pay you less because you're younger.
I'll post that.
I mean, I don't hate it.
What if you've had kids young?
Exactly. Then you're kind of like screwed.
And they had it for 21 and 25. What's the fucking difference really between them? Like, you can have.
I guess they feel like it's a mental thing. Well, if I give you all this money now, you're just gonna blow it.
Yeah, it's mature.
Well, I mean, people are mature at a younger age.
But you got to think, when I was 19, 20, 21, my credit score was 420, and now it's at like 7 something. And I got that around like 25, 26. I started getting my credit score up, so I matured a lot from 20 to 25.
Yeah, I mean, typically, I feel like that's like the average. But you can't. I feel like it's kind of sucks to base something like that off of a general, because everybody isn't the same.
Yeah, everybody kind of matures.
Everybody matures differently. And so, like
yeah.
she said, now what if there's somebody that matured earlier on? Now they have their family started earlier on, and they can't get paid enough to support their family. But I can see the downside to it.
So the thing I would think about that as well is if someone did like education earlier, and then they were like getting paid less, and they've got more education than a person who's got maybe more experience. Like that's gonna be a thing too. Like you think, well, I did the right thing. I went to school with this, I and this, but then you're getting paid more than me because you're older. Like it made the education system look a little weird.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Give people like some motivation and like get that growth. Like
you're right, because this like, well, what is the real motivation
age yourself
to go to
any
school?
faster?
Right. So, coming to America, like, so you said you've been here about what, 5 years?
Yeah, pushing there now.
So like, do you see the generalized picture of what people look like by now in America and how they're living their lives, the choices a lot of people are making? A lot of women are objectifying themselves these days. Do you feel like you've ever had to maybe go that route in order to succeed, or do you feel like you just never wanted to go that route?
I think for me, especially doing a lot of work in the other Gulf,
right,
like around Dubai and stuff, vanity is a thing. Like they know how to market themselves to certain audiences, and they want people to look a certain way. Like I've got friends who've had like boob jobs, nose jobs, this, that, and the other. I'm thinking, I didn't like being on the idea of being under a knife or like doing anything to change my body permanently that someone else is in control of. Yeah. So I can see that, you know, trying to look a certain way or like present yourself a certain way, there can be pressures for that, you know, especially in this industry. Like I see stuff all the time, like wanting a certain kind of person for a certain kind of gig, but these are advertised from like China, like Asia gigs, and it's just like, okay, like sometimes they want dancers of a certain height and weight. I'm like, you know, I get a lot of these things, like old job offerings and like emails. I always sometimes look for see if they're from Morocco for the winner, you know. Yeah. So you know, I feel like that the industry is based on sometimes how you look as well, especially when you're trying to build, like you're trying to win as many people as possible, but you know, trying to maintain that balance.
But have you ever felt pressured to have to like?
I felt pressured for sure.
Right.
Like, you know, I've looked back on pictures when people have snapped me when I'm on the stage. I'm like, damn, like I mean, it was a little fluffy at this point. Or, okay, like, yeah, maybe I should have wore something else, you know. And then it's just like, right now, it's just I do want to be a bit more comfortable because I know that I like to be a little bit more moving around and stuff like that. So I've got to try and figure out a way of, you know, doing the better of both worlds. Because, you know, people don't know this about me, but like I'm a tomboy. Like I work out a lot. I like to do sports. I can roll around and move a little bit.
I can feel that off of you,
and that's just the way I am. You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, it's a difficult market for sure, especially I think for women now, because it's like you have a tough group of individuals who are just like, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna get me this far. Because to me, there's like classy sexiness and then there's ratchet sexiness. You know, you got the sexy reds and those type of women who are ratchet. I don't even think she's attractive, but ratchet sexy. And then you have,
but sometimes,
you know,
it's not based off of attracted. You yourself are a brand, so you're gonna brand yourself a certain way. Now, if that's my target market, then I know how to appeal to them to keep them in my favor. At the end of the day, whatever you do in this entertainment world, it is a business.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure your business is maintained. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you come in this game a certain type of way and you stick with it, you're gonna get your fan base, you're gonna get your target market. Now if you get these type people that get peer pressured and you come in, let's say tomboy, and then you get somebody like, look, I can get you a gig, but you're gonna have to wear a dress with the slit in,
Billie Eilish,
you got a figure and stuff like that.
Look how she came in compared to how she is now.
I mean,
that's like, came with it, but she flipped it on herself. What Billie Eilish did, okay, everybody was wondering, why you always wearing baggy stuff? Why are you doing this and this and this? But when people found out, obviously, big boobs and shit like that, she flipped it for women positivity. This is my skin. I can't change this. This is my genetics. So I'm going to make it work for myself. she did it the right way. Now there are other women that take it. Let's say, for instance, Cardi B. She was a stripper. She knows how to get men's attention. She knows how to make herself known in a room. So I'm going to fix my teeth. I'm going to make sure my boobs are pushed up. I'm going to make sure my legs are tatted and my ass is right. Because that is what she's used to. She knows how to get people's attention.
Yeah, there's different lanes for everybody.
Sometimes,
for sure.
when it comes for women, it gets played out. Because I was talking to an artist this week about it. Beauty doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
So for women that go into that lane of, oh yeah, I got hips, tricks, and all this, eventually that's going to die out.
Right.
And then the younger crowd that has the hips, tricks, and all that, they're going to be looking at her. You're not the new fad. You're not the new model.
I mean, I'm looking at men the same way. Just we have different things that are like thresholds here. So like for guys, I think age has a big factor as well. Because now, like, look at about 10 years ago, Drake was on top of the world. Now that motherfucker's just tumbling down a steep hill. And every day it's getting worse and worse type of thing. And I think a lot of people are now just like, all right, bro, you're getting too old for this shit. What are you doing? Like,
wait, what is he doing now?
Well, he's still doing music, but see, that was a bad reference because guys were not based off of most artists.
Yeah, but a lot of dudes who are popping back like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, are you still looking at them to like Method Man, 50 Cent? Are you looking for their albums still? Like,
no, not albums. Where you said appearance. You said appearance.
Yeah, but I'm talking about how long you're going to be able to be stable in this career field.
I mean, Method Man is still doing acts and gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's acting and shit.
No, I'm saying he still has a residency in Las Vegas. Drake is still, he could put out a song right now and people
everybody
go
gonna listen to it.
Yeah,
no,
so it's that reference, the way you're using, I understand it, but it kind of don't fit for guys. Guys are looked at like, okay, when you first came out, you had like 20 million or you had like 40 million. 10 years from now, okay, for example, Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap was high grossing artist at that point, at time, like a couple years ago. Now, Fetty Wap, they're like, bro, you broke. You fell off. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Your money ain't like that no more.
Yeah.
Ours is based off of monetary value, what we still have. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. I can see what you mean.
Dang, so that just means that y'all really just boil us down to beauty and that's it?
Y'all just boil us down to money for the most part.
A rich dude, a dude that's 90 right now, if he's telling you, hey, I pay you $50K, you'll stick with him just because he's giving you the bread. He could be batshit old. That's why you see these young models dating and marrying these old ass dudes.
I think he forgot who you were talking to.
Right. All right. Moving on from that. All right. So the next question that I got,
you'll do it. I guarantee you will.
I don't know if I got to lay down with that man and stuff like that.
Move on. Before y'all go down a rabbit hole.
I know, right? Sorry.
Because y'all tend to do that. We all do that. Anyway, so how different is the music scene here compared to across seas? Like, is it tougher here, would you say?
You know, I think it comes down to like branding again and stuff like that, like brand power. I wasn't popular when I came here. I didn't know anybody.
Oh, can you explain that for me? You said brown power?
No.
Oh, brand. I'm getting used to the accent. I thought she said brown power. I was like, okay, Biden.
Anyway.
Right.
Like,
no, because now...
Because, you know, he'd be like, you black jobs. And so she said brown power. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
That was Trump. But go off.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Let him have it. And as you were saying...
See? Right?
Ed, learn how to shut the fuck up.
No, that's what I heard.
Branding power.
Branding
power. So...
You didn't know anybody when you got here?
Didn't know nobody when I got here. I was working like hard to kind of like figure out where I could fit in, what kind of venues I could do, because I built from nothing before. That's how you start out. So I'm like, was this like starting out again? But I've got a lot more skills. My skill set's bigger now. I got my stuff I've done in the Middle East and stuff, and I knew a lot of Navy people were around this area as well. So I had certain connections where people would know I was here and they would connect with me, and we would figure a way for me to hit in certain spots. It was all a numbers game. So growing up, when I came out of high school, I went into like business administration. So I learned how to, deal with data. And data is like once you get like a database and stuff like that, you know you can do certain campaigns, marketing campaigns, stuff like that. It's all a numbers game. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I was old enough to drive and be in a bar after a certain time in the UK, I wanted to make sure I could, do that.
Drinking age over there is different, isn't it?
It's 18 when I was growing up.
Is it different now?
Yeah, it's 21 now.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I know it's 21 for smoking and drinking here now.
Shit, 18? I can drink legally? Boy.
Lord, have mercy.
Oh shit! I just lost my question now. Damn it, Ed, you're killing me.
You can't blame me for that.
No,
It don't last
everything.
It
bro.
don't last that
I
long.
fucking lost it, and it's your fault. Everything's your fault today.
I would say this. How many singles? So do you have singles out, EPs, albums?
So this year's been a very significant year for this album.
Oh yeah, I remember. Sorry. Go ahead.
I've literally released like 15 songs this year because I was always like doing my live stuff. You know, people were asking me for things, and I would like never really put much effort into doing my own original music. I'm like, why the fuck am I not doing this? Like, so I'm like, and I had to figure out the best way of doing it because the other people who were producing for me just kept being slow and slow. I'm like, I can't do this. So I started buying beats or going through beats and beat catalogs and working with people from abroad, and then I found myself an engineer like. By potluck, like I was going through Instagram, I was watching stuff, I was trying to network with venues and people and studios and blah blah blah, and I came across like a really good sound that I liked, and I figured out that, you know, once I did one song with this guy just to see how he was, we ended up doing 15. Like and once I get back, I'm gonna be doing more, and it just kind of like had that like nice snowball effect in a way of. We got a routine going on, so I waited 4 weeks before I released anything, and then all of a sudden, like I will release every Tuesday. This Tuesday tomorrow will be one of the first Tuesdays that I've taken off from releasing because I'm out of town. So I'm just like, well, shit. So I have 3 that I've got to release in the next 2 weeks, but it's been a journey. Because I actually got a bit of shit because I sing about what I'm going through at the time. So it's lots of different things. I'm in that music right now. So.
Anytime I make music, it's just like pretty much what I'm going through at the time. It's hard to not make music based off of my emotions at the time. Because if I try to like make a song about something I'm not really dealing with,
it takes forever. Because
I'm not feeling it. I'm just like, and then. For me, I gotta write those songs like right there and then because if I'm not feeling that way in 2 or 3 days, that song's getting scrapped.
Trash.
Fuck.
When you get in that mode though, and you make those songs based off of what you're going through, and then you have to perform those. Let's say you make it in August, and then in November you got to play that same song. Do you put yourself back in that element?
Every time. It's an emotional roller coaster because that song, it's like you lock your emotions to that song and you go back to that moment. I've cried singing song. I'm like, I have to get my shit together. Like people just like, oh shit, you know, because that sound nasty when I cry. All of a sudden you get that blub in, you're like, she's doing a note. Just for a hot second and contain yourself. You're like, but people like see that moment and that's just like you are vulnerable. You feel that entire like condensed pain of what you were going through at that time all over again. It's weird.
So talk about the importance, because you said that once you found your engineer, then you were able to get the ball rolling. Talk about the importance of that relationship with your engineer and how important that is to an artist in their career.
So I'm going to say this right today. His name's Ivan Duncan. I said it wrong. Ivan Duncan. So I call him the Donut Man because I get his name wrong every time I say it. Duncan, his name's Duncan.
Gotcha.
And he's I messaged him. I said like, you know, this is what I want. What can I do with this? He's like, well, I'm a vocal like engineer. I can make sure you know you get a certain sound with your certain kind of vocals, and you know we're stacking harmonies and all that kind of stuff. Because for me to try and do this alone. The EQing aspect and like just getting clean takes for me was taking me too long. We went back and forth trying to do all this shit. I'm like, I really just want to get what I want by the end of the damn session so I can start make sure I do all the other shit that needs to happen because I am doing everything. You know, I'm making the album covers. I'm making sure I get all the photos done. I'm making sure you know things are set up for the release, and then maybe do a campaign to help that
things
release.
Every artist should be doing.
It's very hard to do it all, and I've got little kids like shit. I'm gonna get off my leg. I'm trying to release this song real quick. You know, I'm trying to get it all done at one time.
It's a lot. It's a lot to be an artist. I don't think a lot of people understand how much work goes into being an artist. But when you can get those people that can be a team effort for yourself, man, the shit can really go. But just even doing cover art, shit, I'm using AI at this point. Fuck that.
You said you have children?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was ironic because you know that's what we were talking
Boys,
about.
girls,
Two girls.
No kids gang still, baby.
How old are they?
2 and 4.
Oh yeah, you got your hands full.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Go ahead, you parents, relate.
No, I was saying because in the car she was saying the same thing. It was difficult putting out a track when you want to.
Yeah,
because they're always asking. They're
Yeah, because I was saying how me trying to lay down vocals at home, it's rarely ever any silence. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I cannot do it because we were just talking about locations and stuff, and I was like, I just need somewhere that is silent so I can lay down vocals. The most that I can do at home are play with beats, like production stuff. I can't really lay anything down at home.
Yeah, I mean, especially like, because you already know when I do the home shit, like stuff at my home, my acoustics are all bad, everything is all bad, but I got the tools to make it sound good.
Yeah.
You feel me? But that's what really matters when it comes to that, because she was even just talking about just like EQing earlier. That's just one step to the whole process of everything. Like, man, there's so much that goes into engineering, but like, once you get a nice little template for yourself, and just a word of advice, everybody, don't be buying those fucking bullshit templates that they're like, Lil Baby template, Drake template. It's not their template. It's just something that somebody made up. Don't buy that shit. They're fucking garbage. Anyway. So tell me some of the struggles that you're facing besides like on a day-to-day to keep it going, like to keep the music going, because I know you got the kids, you're already facing a lot, but like what are some other mental struggles and things that you go through?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's like a little bit of when I'm doing live stuff and then doing studio work, I have to make sure I have that adamant rest before I go into the studio. Like if I've done a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday brunch kind of gig, like if I've sung like 60 to 70 songs over a weekend, I'm not recording until the Wednesday or Thursday. And I got to make sure like I'm hydrated, especially with the weather like getting hotter now. If I've been drinking too at my shows, you got to make sure like you're doing that care work in between. Use that time for writing, use that time to market your upcoming shows, use that time to be like, figuring out what to do next,
Right.
And, I'm always trying to better like plan my time and also making sure that I'm having that time to balance myself.
Yeah.
Like, like we talked about it earlier, like that, like America, like it's very stressful. Stress is killing. Like I'm learning now I gotta slow down at some point, because you know what, there's a hot spot that I'm gonna hit at some point where, I gotta make sure I'm getting that rest. That way that just like kind of review everything that's going on, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Have you had any thoughts about moving back across seas or?
You know what? Right now, I think I'm where I need to be.
Yeah.
Even though I want to do other states, I'm starting a campaign for that in the next few months, which just means like I put like a soft outreach program that I kind of put together, like with like my APK and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like do that gradually. I like to go to New York City.
You haven't been there yet?
I haven't been yet.
Oh man, the city is beautiful.
I got a lot of friends there, so
yeah.
I got friends in Albany. I got friends like in Brooklyn. I got friends floating around where, I want to utilize that area.
For sure.
Get them to try and help me to connect with people, because the first thing I learned about, especially when I moved, I had to rebuild. I have to learn how to adequately network with people, and people can use each other for different things, like there's BNI groups and stuff like that. When it's, technically when you're a musician or you're an engineer, or, a lot of creatives, they are small businesses.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to navigate that to a degree.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, there's like no blueprint to doing it either. I don't think. It's like everybody is different. Everybody's got a different personality. How you deal with one person is not going to be how you're dealing with the next. Like, there's so much that goes into it too, New York City, for me personally, I performed up there a few times, been up there. It's beautiful and disgusting at the same time, like the city itself is awesome, but like like when you're walking around, you realize how filthy it is out there. It's kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie, but it's also a lot of cool shit to see, like especially if you get up to like high views and you could kind of see the city and all that shit, the outline and all that. It's definitely a beautiful sight to see. There's a lot of opportunity out there for sure. I definitely know. I don't really know No, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of like singer opportunities type of thing. So like, tell me a little bit more about that, because I'm curious about like, so you get booked a lot to sing, right? Are you
Yes.
singing a lot of your own music? You doing covers? Are you doing a mixture?
So, like, if we're like regular, like bread and butter gigs, let's call them, which I'm paying my bills, whatever, making sure I've got that steady income.
I understand.
If because I'm doing so many different venues around different areas, like I'm not established out there as an original artist at all, but I know that I can do covers very, very, very well. But I put my own little edge on them. I like a little bit of different stuff. For example, I can do a classic rock song, but make it sound a little bit more soulful, a little bit more chill, and I add in, like a lot of like vocal movement and stuff like that. I used to take a drum as well and do some different kind of stuff. So they're experiencing songs they've known for like 20 or 30 years, but they're having a different feel from that.
Yeah.
And that's worked really well. I do mashups as well, so I take like lots of popular songs and if I can mash them together, For example, one of my favorite mashups is, you got Etta James, Chris Stapleton, and Four Non Blondes. It's a very similar chord structure, but you sing all them songs on the same.
Etta
chord
James
structure,
is a hell of an artist.
All together.
Well, was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, people are they're experiencing timeless music differently.
Right. So do you have to like come up with these mashes? You're coming up with these mashes yourself, type of thing.
Yeah.
And are you having like a lot of live instrumentals behind you, or like you have bands playing, or do you have to?
It's all At the end of the day, running a small business, if I can't do something myself, like I've got to either learn how to do it, or if I really need it, I got to make sure I can get that somewhere else.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
If there's some bigger supper club events, like if I need sound and then live instruments, I got like a plethora of musicians I've connected with, where we'll all come on board together as a collective and we'll do certain gigs.
Yeah.
Like, we ended up doing like a 12-piece show in Milwaukee, which was like 12 guys, like a brass section or like a, backline and stuff. And we did like a Tina Marie night, Stephanie Mills night, it was like a throwback evening.
That's
worked
dope.
out really good. The vibrations were on point. Like, it was really cool. And then that kind of thing happens in Chicago, like at one of my favorite supper clubs, where I'll take a quartet down there, a little bit of a small group, but it's just a vibe all night, and then we make sure we try to touch in that venue books us like every couple of months, and we'll do that on a kind of way. But then I've started to like gradually put in some original music, because people are asking for it now. I'm like, okay, it's just really that's the most pleasurable thing I've had in my like. Okay, I'll play my song. So it was funny because someone said they knew me from Chicago, but then they were in Milwaukee. I'm like, okay, that's for me is like, that's also a little bit of distance, I'm like, okay, cool. And you asked for my original song, and like they came like late at night. I'm just like, okay. I was kind of like surreal. You're like, feels like a moment where everything I'm doing is kind of working.
Yes.
Hell yeah, you definitely got to throw in those originals, I would think. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're just throwing it in the middle of the mix there, they ain't even gonna know.
They know.
They know. Be like, what is this?
Right?
Yeah.
Who is this? Oh, it's me. A word? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I whip out my QR.
Feel me? Just whoosh. Whip that joint.
Definitely.
What would you say is like the so far the best gig that you've done?
The best gig,
or like your favorite gig that you've done?
It's unfortunately. You mean in America?
Not just any.
Okay.
All time.
It was either International Jazz Festival, or with Bahrain, or when I opened for Rick Ross with like dances and stuff. That was fun. That was at the Crown Plaza.
For Rick 2000.
Wow,
yeah.
You had dancers?
Yeah, I had these two chicks. We did three. There was a break dancer too. Local dances. We did like a 30-minute set. One of my friends was DJing. He came into town, and it was kind of surreal. You know, I didn't have too much interaction with his entourage and stuff like that, but we were all kind of backstage together, and I'm not the kind of person I'm trying to enjoy my moment, drink some champagne, not get too fucked up, because you know. But it was a good vibe. It was really fun. And it was nice because the whole like production thing, I kind of had to get involved with this. This was the first biggest show that I'd done. I'd done them in small, and I'd done an opening for VIC, and who else? A couple years prior, what's the name? Who did Walk It Out?
DJ Crunk or some shit like that.
DJ
Oh yeah.
So I did
DJ
I opened for them guys like a couple years before, like in smaller venues out there again though, because they would come over, like they'd be hired through different companies to come through and do like release tour. So, but the Rick Ross one was like the biggest one. It was a fun one with all like my original stuff too, which was great. I didn't really have a lot of them songs out. Now I have like 2 of them, I think, that might still be on like.
That's the rough part. Like,
yeah, I mean,
performing unreleased music to a big crowd. Oh.
I know, I kind of fucked up. Exactly, but I've learned from that. Yeah. You know, this was like 7 years, almost like 6 years ago. I'm like, well, if I would knew the stuff I knew now, if I was, you know, better at what I did now. But you know, there's a time for everything.
Yeah,
definitely.
That wasn't my moment because I didn't know how to market myself. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I had nobody else offering me any kind of management. Like, you just gotta try and do your best.
Yeah.
You know, and learn as you go. Like, you're gonna learn what you learn.
We've talked a lot about you as an artist. You really have to do a lot of it yourself. Kind of explain, if you can, in like a generalized way, of everything that you do, that you incorporate into making your dreams actually work right now. Like, try to give like a generalization of like a roundup of how many things you have to do, just to give these other artists an understanding of what it takes to really do this shit and make money from it.
God, I think the best thing, you've got to learn how to network. You've got to learn how to encourage the closest people to you to also like be on board with you. Like, this is the real deal. Like, this is what I want to do for a living. If you really care about me and my family, or you know, if it's someone's livelihood, you know, then you've got to be like, this is essentially a small business. Like, you're supporting a small business. Like, Facebook and a lot of social media has so much to offer right now, especially because it's the way everyone is getting famous. You know, I'm struggling now because people are like, it's harder to get your name seen because it is so. It's, you know, everybody's doing it. You've got to find a way to set yourself apart, and then the people's attention spans are doing more reels and stuff. Then you've got to be able to adapt, and you've got to figure out how to do this more. You know, you've got to be able to just like keep up with the pace, be willing to adapt, use your smaller network, your bigger network, and you know, be a sponge. Learn from people around you. Like, if someone's better than you at something, take their advice. Like, pick up things what they're doing and see what's working for other people. Like,
I even say that for people who aren't even on your level. Even if it's somebody who's fairly new, they still might know something you might not.
You don't want to be the smartest person in the room either.
Never.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
if
you find yourself being around a bunch of dum-dums, then
you need to leave that room, friends.
They say that a team is only as strong as its weakest link. And that's a very true statement. You know, if you're constantly around people who are just negative, not doing shit, lazy bums, talking a big game but ain't doing nothing, you're going to be pretty much probably doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Biggity facts, B. And
if you're constantly finding yourself trying to motivate the people around you and you're not getting anywhere, it's time to move on, buddy. You know? Do you feel like you've had to go through a lot of that? Like, where you were working with somebody for a while and then you just realized y'all weren't on the same page anymore and you had to move on? Have you had to deal with that?
I have a couple of times, and it's hard because I'm a bit of a clingy person. I'm a very emotional person. Like, if I get along with somebody, I'm like, yeah, I kind of let you go, but
yeah,
I'll still reach out, make sure you're good, you know? Yeah. And that's just because, you know, I love the people I meet on the way, because part of my journey. But like, I read a statement the other day, I can't remember what it was. It's like, it was about a spaceship coming off, and then they let off the reserve weight or stuff like that, or something like that, and that's how it goes. That's how it takes off, because you're letting go of certain things.
Yeah,
you gotta let it go, man. Like, you gotta, like, if someone's not conducive to what you got going on, if they're stressing you out or something, they're bringing any form of negativity, you've got to be able to, make sure you let it go. Or even if it's just somebody who doesn't, they got their own stuff going on. Everyone's got to be able to do their own thing.
Yeah. I just think it's very important to realize, like, you only can help somebody but so much.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, the generic saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. It's a real thing, man. Like, because I've had plenty of people around me who have just, like, they're just not trying to elevate with you. And when you feel like things are holding you down, you gotta let them go, Sometimes it's things you love, and it's unfortunate, but it's a part of your growth. It's a part of your journey, For sure. Hey, you've been quiet. What questions you got, bro?
I got a whole plethora.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you.
Say it again. Say it again. You got a whole what?
Plethora.
Plethora.
But anyways, one of the things, because I'm listening to everything that you got going on, and obviously you've been doing this for years, and you do have the experience, you do have the knowledge and stuff like that. First question is, do you feel like a manager is needed for your career at its point right now?
Good question.
I think this would be a great time to do that because it would allow me to focus on my artistry first and foremost. Like, put all my energy into what I want to do. I don't want to be doing all this extra shit on social media and Facebook and blah blah blah. But I try and do it as much as I can to kind of stay above water. I'm finding that the venues are like doing a little bit more now because I've expressed that that's not my forte. Like, if you want this to be good, like, we got to do this a little more because I've got 15 other places I got to market for this month or whatever. Yeah. It gets a lot. And I can't babysit venues. They're either going to do it or they're not going to get the what they want out of it, Because I want to be able to focus my time and energy on growing as an artist. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is get someone to management. I've had offerings, but then if I'm running up on someone's, like, do my research, if I pull up on someone's stuff, I'm like, okay, like, I can't see this, and if their website's worse than mine, you can't manage me. Sorry, I'm sorry. If I can't find you as faster than I find myself, like, if you can't, I've got to be able to admire the way you operate for you to operate me. That's what because I got a standard. If I'm trying to do something, they say if someone can do something 80% better than you, then you can refer it out, or something like that. The power, like, learn how to delegate. Right. Like, if you're not doing something a lot better than me, I'd rather do it myself and learn. That's just the way I am. And people's services are expensive. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to do it much better than me, I may as well learn how to do it myself. Then I can save myself time and money in the long term. I'm trying to be smart about this shit.
Yes. I mean, hey, I feel like that's the reason why I've learned a lot of things. Is just because I ain't got the money to keep pushing out here like that. I don't want to waste my money. I've done that on multiple occasions with different things. That's like you paying a mechanic to do something to your car to fix it, and now your car is in worse shape, and you didn't... gave your whole damn paycheck away type thing. That's the reason why I started working on my own damn cars.
Hell yeah.
It is why I started working on my own car.
That's pretty much the biggest reason why I haven't managed any artists at all, because I've had plenty of opportunities where artists are like, can you manage me? And I'm like, fuck no. Like, you're not doing shit for yourself. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna shout out whose name this was, but the other day I just had an artist ask me, so what can you do for me, bro? I looked at this motherfucker. I said, I can make your beats and I can make you sound good. That's it. That's all. Well, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't help me. I can tell you what to do as far as like how to distribute your music. I could teach you a couple things, but manage you? No, absolutely not. Especially not that, because it was, anyway.
Get the drift.
Yeah, really.
So, second question would be, if you could choose 3 people dead or alive right now, who would you work with, music-wise?
CeeLo Green.
Wow, that's random.
I love CeeLo Green.
Really? That's
I didn't
random?
see that coming, no.
I can feel it.
Like, when you say CeeLo Green, you talking about like singing CeeLo Green, or you talking about Outkast rapping CeeLo Green?
No, I'm talking like crazy CeeLo Green.
Okay.
Wow.
Just some of his arrangements live were just fucking amazing.
Fair. I didn't know anybody was a fan of CeeLo Green anymore. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm still thinking.
I feel like that's old music. Is it really good?
That's like it's like early 2000s.
Now this that a lie. There's 3. CeeLo Green, 2 more.
And what's his purpose for? Is
It can be for an album. Let's say you have an unlimited budget, and you could put anybody on your album.
Oh, on the album. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, I'll stick with CeeLo Green because I do love him.
Because they're watching, and I'm pretty sure they're going to see your page. And so you never know. Somebody might be like, you know what? I will work with her.
Right? You know?
So this is your calling card.
Oh, my God. I was going to say Kendrick Lamar. Because I grew up listening to him and I love him.
I could see you on a hook for Kendrick. I could see that.
Could definitely see it.
I loved his music growing up.
Who won, Kendrick or Drake?
I mean, I love Kendrick Lamar.
Why would you? She just said that. Why would you even ask?
Kendrick won. I just wanted to, I just want everybody to know.
Now Drake gonna press her now.
He gotta work with her. No, you gotta work with her.
I had it in my brain. It's gone again.
Yeah, this one really stumped you.
Let's say, I just because of the popularity, Bad Bunny.
Fair.
Okay.
I fucks with it. Bad Bunny.
I do like reggaeton.
I fuck with Bad Bunny simply because he wrestles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've really looked into him like that. I just knew he was one of the big, he's great, massive.
Yeah, he has.
Huge. He is literally one of the top streamed artists.
Don't even know his music, but they know his name.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad Bunny's dope though. His music, I actually have quite a few of his songs on my playlist. I don't understand them, but I fuck with them. They got a good sound. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
And third question. Now this might stump you a little bit too. Let's say music was an option or it just wasn't for you. What other career would you jump onto, like a hobby or something?
I feel like I could probably do like marketing for like companies. I feel like I've got that kind of personality where I think outside the box, which helps in a lot of instances. I don't know. That probably would be what it would be. I think some form of entrepreneurship there, like something that I could grow with. I didn't think I could ever see myself working for a company where you just kind of
clock in.
Yeah.
I'd be doing something where the ball's always rolling in different directions, which is what I need for my brain.
I think that's what we all need. A little bit of. Really. I mean, me personally, I can't just like stay stagnant with the same shit over and over and over and over and over. Especially if there's no room to grow. It's like.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like, Tay, I know you love your job and stuff that you're doing right now, but what we're doing right now, entertainment wise, podcasting wise, and stuff like that. Yes, this would be a dream to continue forever, but could you see yourself doing our secondary jobs outside of this? Me personally, hell no, but I know Monty, I know you, hell no.
I mean, my secondary job outside of this, I only love it because, the people are amazing, but I do want to learn a lot more about software development though.
I thought we were talking about your weed job.
Yeah, that's
when
my job
software development.
I was like, wait, hold on, we ain't talking about the same thing anymore.
Yeah, my weed job. I said I like my job because of the people, but I really do want to go into something more of software development.
I can dig it.
That's like what, building websites and shit.
Building websites, learning more about it in general, mobile apps, all of that, because it's like I'm on it all the time, and then I find myself, it's not going nowhere, and I find myself. Do you ever find yourself like on a website, like she was just saying, and just critiquing the hell out of it because you're on the computer, you're seeing the way it looks versus another website that you just left, and how hard it may be to navigate the website. Like, oh, well, why doesn't this button tell me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like going on any of the Hampton.gov websites. Or
any of those.
Going
like
on any freaking IRS website and shit. It's just impossible to try to maneuver. I had to call the DMV the other day to figure out how to get my transcripts because I couldn't figure it out. It took like 5 minutes of telling me what to do, but like I was sitting there like.
And their color scheme is so boring, blue and
white. It's just so.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that. It's like it grabs my attention. And like I said, I'm always in it. So I want to learn more about it. I feel like I'm participating in something that I don't know enough about.
And for me, I mean, my side job, that shit is just easy shit.
Easy bread.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I even do that shit a few days a week, because it's just easy, consistent money. Because it's always important to have like multiple streams of income, one, and two, just like something that's 100% consistent. Like, because engineering, I get booked every week, but it's like some weeks I'm booked way more than others. You know, like some weeks I only do like 2-3 sessions throughout the week, and then the other weeks I'll get like 2-3 sessions a day in that week. So I'm getting fucking mad sessions. So it fluctuates. So it's always good to have that steady income as well, you know. And my job personally, I work with my pops, so that shit is just so easy. Our job is so chill, so that's the only reason why I'm okay with being there for the time being. However, there are times that I'm like, man, I should just engineer full time again, because like. But the thing is that I got sick of it, man. Like sitting in front of a computer for 8 to 16 hours a day, every single day. I'm talking no days off. Like every single day is tiring, bro. It's exhausting. It's like, and then when you're doing a lot of music with no purpose, like we were talking earlier, when you're doing shit with no purpose and it's just the same thing every day with the same repetitive artists and this, that, and nobody's really doing anything with their music, it's just like, and then every once in a while, you get that one artist who's actually making moves, good moves and shit. But it's just like, it's not enough. You know, like, I just like doing shit with purpose. So,
yeah,
you know, when I just constantly just doing shit to make money. Because me doing just regular sessions with regular artists is just like you just going to sing for an audience some cover songs. It's what's going to pay the bills. I do that because it's going to pay the bills. You know what I mean? I don't always enjoy it, but I have a general love for engineering, but I like it more when it has a purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of, do you ever just like have your days where you just don't want to sing?
You know, if I'm having a bad day, sometimes it gives me I have to take a minute. But sometimes, like on the drive there, like while I'm setting up, I got that little bit of downtime when I'm in autopilot. You know, I'm just in myself for a minute. I kind of get to a point like where I'm just like, this is still something I do, which is a way of me to like ease up a little bit, because I still love to perform. I still love to sing, and you know what? There's nothing that really helps me more. Sometimes I'm going through something when I'm performing, but then someone else is in the audience listening to me, and it's soothing them.
And they feel it, yeah.
Or they feeling it, or you know, some guy turned around to me one day is like, "Oh, I've had a really shit day, but you know, you took my mind off that shit," and you know, that's priceless, like, and that makes me feel better too. I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna tell them about my day, but I'm glad, right? You know, it's just trying to give off that good vibe all around, you know, for the most part. So, sometimes I'm in a fuck you mood, like if no one's clapping, I'm like, okay, but do what the fuck I want to do. Do something crazy.
Tell me about some of your music, like, because you say a lot of it has to do with things that you've got going on. So tell me about some of your songs that you've done. Like, what's your most emotional, or like one that really makes you just like every time you perform it or hear it even?
Okay. I'm really I've had to like think this through a few times. So writing this song called Ashes and Gold. Okay. This is gonna get pretty deep. When I first I think it was right before I came to the United States, I think, well, about a year before, my brother passed away. He had a huge drug problem, you know. Obviously he was back in England, and no one could really help him, you know. The family kind of started rejecting him, and I was abroad, so I couldn't really intervene or help much at all. He was hit by a truck one night and he passed away. He died.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, and it was a very hard time where, you know, I drank a lot. You know, it really increased my, you know, but I was still performing all the time. So it was like just partying, singing, lost and losing my voice for a while, and you know, different things. You know, nothing really too negative, but enough where I had to take a step back and be like, I gotta get my shit together. And so I eventually like tapped into that earlier this year when I was writing, and I sung a song about remembering the stars, blah blah blah. And this song talks about how he was taken away, and I was left with ashes and gold. ashes being his ashes, and my brother had gold teeth. So ashes and gold, what we were left. That's how they identified him, through his teeth. So it was a really dark side to the song, and it's really sad. But then there was another part that came through with that. I didn't really listen to the news very often because I get frustrated and really upset. I get very emotional about random chaos around the world. And because I've lived with a lot of Arabs and people from, around the Arabic community, when I, started hearing more and more about the situation in Gaza Strip and Israel and Palestine and stuff like that, and my kids, like, the kids I was seeing on the news, like, being pulled out of rubble or, like, destroyed, they look like they could be my kids, And so when I was writing Ashes and Gold, I thought this has got to go deeper for me because there's other stuff going on than just my, family and sisters. People are finding their siblings, their parents, and whatever, all in that same kind of situation, just total destruction and chaos. And so I wrote more of Ashes and Gold, but I aimed it at the war. So that song is one of the deepest songs I've ever wrote. It goes into more of a deep house kind of vibe, and I kind of wanted to target that more towards that kind of audience over there. It was just kind of popular in more like Eastern Europe for like deep house and stuff, and that's exactly where it's got more listeners and stuff. But yeah, that's the song that I had to just get out my system.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had to kind of change up your genre a little bit coming over here?
You know what? I feel like I found more of myself when I got more comfortable in Chicago. Actually, no, I did enjoy playing more like just like piano and vocal gigs when I was doing like the Hilton Maine and stuff where they had in-house equipment. And that's like broken down R&B and soul and some blues all night. And that helped me up my game when it came to being like better on the keys. It made me more like adventurous and more sultry because it's a grand piano. There's only you and pedals and sustain doing all the work. And I did get carpal tunnel after my first couple of shows, but in the end, my wrist hurt. No, that's from the fucking drive. But I think that them kind of gigs and stuff have helped me to like get into my genre, which was more like soul and R&B, lean towards more soul. But then I like to get funky too, so I found like the vibe in general that I enjoy.
Good mixture.
Yeah. For different events, between fine dining experience or if you want people to throw down.
Depends on the events. Yeah, for sure. What you got, Ed?
I can dig it.
Honestly, I thought you had like something that you were ready to say because you were just over there looking kind of.
No, I'm just listening. I'm absorbing everything she's saying.
Would you say that you've, like, when it comes to your style of singing, would you say that you were inspired by someone, or was it more so, okay, well, who would you say was your inspiration?
I grew up listening to a lot of amazing artists, like from CeCe Peniston to Roberta Flack, Aretha Franklin. I started listening to more Erykah Badu, and, I grew up listening to Beyonce, and Jennifer Hudson was one of the artists I used to sing a lot of his songs at my live shows and stuff like that when I was really young. But, like, when I went into my first contract in the Middle East, we were pushed to more top 40, more cheese, like, more like, people, the party stuff. So the slower, more sultry stuff that I enjoyed kind of got put on the back burner a little bit. But when I started booking more independent gigs and broke away from the residential contracts, I then got to do more of the music that I enjoyed because I was doing the set list. I was calling the shots. I would learn how to navigate the evening where I knew I could get away with certain stuff, not blowing out my voice, doing this, that, and the other, and making sure I could, conduct a show in the evening where it would grow, it would reach a peak, and then it would drop off, and then, So, you'll learn how to basically orchestrate a night of entertainment without, like, blowing yourself out, pissing people off who are eating. Because, you know, you don't want to be singing AC/DC at 9 o'clock at night. Someone's eating some chicken wings with his date, you know. Like,
dinner theater type shit, man.
Yeah.
You just, but, you know, that's just like a etiquette you have to learn as a professional musician. Like, unless it's the show that they've booked and they are there for, like, learn how to just do things sensibly. And that's why, like, I get, you know, the more cushy corporate stuff now is really fun for me. I come in, I can do like jazzy covers of stuff and just vibe out and put some glasses on, you know. No sunlight, you know. Someone comes up for a speech, then it's boom, let's go. You know, everything starts hitting up because there's like a program. You know what's to be expected. I'm really looking forward to doing like different formats of the similar show because I want to do more of the house scene in Chicago. And I love funky, like soul house. I feel like if I got a DJ involved and I did some live keys, you know, kind of like Lit Keys. You had Lit Keys?
Lit Keys, that sounds familiar.
Chris Keys and, she's gonna kill me. He has a DJ with him. He does like live keys and vocals and they play on the oceanfront. So I want to do like the female version of that. I mean, I have DJ equipment that I nearly learned. It's been dust on somewhere. This will be my second DJ controller that I've got.
Oh Lord!
What controller did you get?
The first one I got, I was a SX2. Pioneer.
Yeah. I've had a DDSR for like the longest time. It's like my first and last controller. I haven't gotten any other controller, and somehow that thing still works. After I got it in 2016, and somehow that thing still fucking works. Like I have no idea how. It's been through hell and back. I have no case for it. I've dropped it. I dropped it outside in wet grass. I fucking.
Oh my god.
You're an advocate. Then they need to use you for a commercial.
Like,
oh my god, right?
These things are fucking dirt. And it's crazy though, cause like y'all know Julian, but I have a DJ buddy who he runs an entertainment company. He's DJing all over the place. Bro's been through like fucking 100 tables. Like he's been through so many controllers. Every time I see him, bro's got a new controller. Like I'm like, dude, how? I don't even have a carrying case for my shit. Cause like DJing was just like one of those things that's like I'll do it for the bread. I don't really like it. I'll do it for the bread though. And so I didn't take it that seriously. I had no case for my shit. I literally dropped it drunk as fuck one night in wet grass. God. Fucking slammed on the ground when I tripped in the fire. I tripped forward and I was just like, and my shit were fine. Bro's been through like 100 controllers. And I'm just like, that's bro, every time I see you, it's a new, what are you doing? Oh, they just break, bro. It's in the shop. In the shop, Vato. What are you doing with these controllers?
Now you're Mexican?
I say Vato all the time. Come on, bro.
Sorry.
New phrases every week. It's all right. We're learning.
I say this shit. I've been saying this shit for months now.
He needs to adopt his other culture. He needs to.
Wait, where's the Mexican in him at?
The Puerto Rican Hispanic. The Hispanic culture.
It's just the Hispanic culture.
Oh. But don't...
Like just relax before you have another SpongeBob moment.
My brain
please.
Is going too far.
You finna have a SpongeBob moment. Relax.
How? No, that wasn't a SpongeBob moment because we can say SpongeBob Hispanic, moment. But we all know that Hispanics do separate themselves.
I guess I say more on the game than anything else. Sorry.
Okay.
I say this shit on the game all the time. My bad. Anyway, moving fucking on.
It sounds authentic though. Sorry.
That's Tay for you.
Sorry.
Moving on. So you just do it to me all the time. I keep losing my train of thought.
Pause. No, I don't.
Ed, save me here, please.
So, anyways, it looks like we got through the interview type portion. I mean, the fans out here, they got to know who you are, where you came from, what's your style,
we're
your pros and cons. I feel like they got enough of you where, guess what? We gave you the nitty gritty. You need to go to her page. You need to go to her Spotify, her YouTube, check out her music, become a fan, become a supporter. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on all her work. Give her your 2 cents. But now, I think it's time for the see if you can handle.
Don't call it. Yeah, and don't. What we're gonna be doing next? We're gonna go on to the next segment. This is what you wanted to do.
If you can.
We're gonna do it,
questions.
but do not. And I quote: "Call it. Get it off your chest." Because no, we're not the Breakfast Club.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm not calling it ventilation.
I'm not DJ MV. You're not Charlotte.
I get anxiety right now.
No. So all right. Well, what we're gonna do now? Yes, thank you for the interview portion, and then at the ending, we're gonna have you put all your socials again. This is just going to be a time where if there is something that you are feeling you want to get off, your chest. This is the time we're going to go around the room and go ahead and do it. Ed, since you were the one who wanted to do this, we're going to start with you.
Get it off my chest?
Yeah, bro, go ahead. We'll figure out the name for this segment.
Yeah, because...
Okay. My issue with society.
Oh, shit.
Yo,
Number one.
Sit back, get your
allow
popcorn.
him to speak.
My issue with society, number one, is for Virginia, why am I paying taxes to pay taxes on taxes for taxes?
No, really.
I know Virginia is a Commonwealth state, but why am I paying on a vehicle property tax, i.e. that half the time if you buy a new vehicle, you don't own it. So why am I paying property tax on something that I don't really own already?
Right? It's not mine. Not technically my property. Technically, it belongs to the leasing company that I'm getting it from.
Why are we purchasing homes that are $400K plus and don't come with certain standards? So me personally right now, taxation, especially in Virginia, what's up with it? You want these governors and politicians in Virginia, you want us to accept y'all and vote for y'all, but what are you necessarily doing to make it better? Because right now it sucks. And I'm pretty sure every Virginia would say the same thing. It sucks here. And you know, it has a lot of opportunity. It's a diamond in the rough, but shit, do something.
It is rather expensive.
And that was my minor one. See, I was going to ease you into it. Yep.
Go ahead. What's your major? What's your major one?
My major one?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Dating.
Oh, God.
God.
It just
Why did
never
you ask?
ends. It never
Why?
ends.
Go ahead, dating.
I'm just saying, dating now, okay, dating. Why does every city has a standard on the women? Like, I had a whole spill about it last night that Portsmouth women are like gold diggers. You know what I'm saying? Hampton women are kind of more classy.
What?
Hold on,
Whoa,
let me finish
pause.
it. Let me finish it.
I don't disagree.
Newport News is kind of dingy. Virginia Beach is uppity. Suffolk is country. Chesapeake is bougie. Why is it we're supposed to be 7 cities and we're only 10 minutes away, but the women and dating pools change?
We're not 10 minutes away if you
have a
include
question.
traffic.
Which city would I be from?
Ooh.
God, I'm scared.
I would say either Chesapeake or Virginia Beach.
Yeah, that's
I'm
where I
getting
was
those
going.
vibes.
Which and what were they?
I'm going Virginia Beach, more or less.
Bougie?
Yes, bougie
Well,
and country. Well, wait, where's country?
No, I thought Suffolk was
Oh yeah,
is
Suffolk's country. Chesapeake, I would say like
Chesapeake, no,
Stuck
she
up.
seems like maybe like an in between of Virginia
stuck
Beach
up,
and
though.
Suffolk.
Chesapeake is
I'll
like
take it.
like
There
if
hasn't
somebody,
been a single stuck up. Like,
I don't
I'm
know,
saying,
not even
like-
Suffolk.
Like
I don't
some
like that
Chesapeake
one.
women, Chesapeake women, it's just like, okay, if I walk up to you, just say hey, good morning. Them bitches up there, they just
Bro, but
they act
that
like they can't
lifestyle's
hear you.
everywhere, bro.
They
I
act
be
like you can't
seeing
hear you.
girls out here, bro. You can't even look their way without.
Nah,
Remember
Newport
that
News and
day I
Hampton?
told y'all about the stop sign? Shorty thought I was looking at her ass. I was looking at the car coming behind her. Had something to say about it. She looked stupid as fuck.
Newport News and Hampton, they're way more humble. Like if I open
She
the
thought
door,
I was looking at her ass. Fuck no, I was looking at the car coming behind her. She's like, "Can you go?" I'm like, "Bitch, I ain't even looking at you." What the fuck?
well, I'm just saying, Newport News and Hampton, they're more humble. Like if I open the door from there, thank you.
Lying
Oh
ass.
my gosh,
Cap.
I put that on everything I love.
Cap.
Bro, if I open the door for a woman that's in Hampton, Newport News, they're
She's
more
gonna
likely
say
to be
thank
like,
you.
they're surprised. If
Oh
I do it-
wait, not because I'm surprised.
If I do it for Virginia Beach, Suffolk, that type of area, or I mean Chesapeake, they're just looking at you
I
like,
don't know, because now that I'm thinking about it, no matter where I go, quite frankly, it's really rare.
So what's wrong with y'all?
Somebody just doesn't open the door for me if they're going in front.
sometimes I open the door just to see what's back there. I'm just gonna be pretty honest. I mean, the face might be there, the body might be there in the front, but what's in the back?
Now you make me uncomfortable every time you open a
That's
door
what I'm
for
like,
me.
Leave it to Ed.
Well, I'm just saying, who doesn't do that? What guy doesn't just open the door just so okay, I see it. Now, if I wanted to
A
pursue
lot of the
it, I
times
would
I'm just
pursue it.
opening the door to just be polite.
No, really. Why
But
can't
what
you just...
if I wanted to pursue the woman? I need to make sure the package is all there. You know what I'm saying? She might be pretty in the
So
front.
she has a
but
pretty face with a wrecked body. You're not gonna pursue? Fucked up.
I wouldn't say necessarily.
Whoa.
Oh, it's for Splice. Don't worry.
Oh, I wouldn't say necessarily that, but she might have a pretty face, and the front might be nice looking. But I don't want to go home with pancakes or inverted asses.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
I'm sorry.
All right, so your main thing was dating. You hate it.
Yep.
Sucks.
Yeah,
Right.
kinda sucks.
Are you even dating?
But I'm just saying, looking
Who knows
around
with him anymore?
Who knows? It might. It my life. It just throws it up in the air and yeah, go with it. But I'm just saying, you never know. All women in the 757, it's different, and I want to know why. Can somebody explain why they're different?
It's
People are raised differently.
Get too far into it. All right. We'll go this way. We'll let you go last, so we can all. I really have nothing to get off my chest, honestly. I've been chilling. Honestly.
Nothing is bothering you. Because you get on Facebook and
okay. Hold up. Ready? I got you. If you're not, here's what bothers me is when people want to lie about where their time is going. If you don't want to invest your time into something or someone, you won't, right? So don't lie about it. If you're just not interested in something, just don't be interested in it. Don't try to feed around the bush. And because me personally, I put my energy, if I fuck with somebody, I put hella energy into them. Like hella energy. I care. You feel me? And so I show that as much as I can. But if I'm not getting the same energy reciprocated, back then I'm going to chase you. Nowadays, fuck no. I had a homeboy ask me something the other day. I'm not going to go into details about what we were talking about, but he asked me if I was pursuing somebody, and I was just like, fuck no. Not worth pursuing type thing. Because the energy is not being reciprocated type thing. You feel me? So that's just really it for me.
But the chase, are they automatically supposed to fall for it? Or
no, it's for me, it's more or less, I know what I have to offer, and when I can show that to you and then you just won't accept it, I'm not going to keep trying to show that to you.
When is your time limit expired though?
For me it's a one and done now. It's like if I try you and you just don't seem interested, I'm moving on.
Really?
Yeah. I don't got time for it anymore, bro. I've been a lover boy my whole life. I've been sitting here trying to chase girls who is just I'm getting nowhere with, you know, because they're not even good for me anyway, and I just chase them. You know, because they just look good most of the time.
So you just don't like to chase at all?
Not anymore. No. Like, I'll chase something worth chasing. If you're going to reciprocate and give me energy, I'll chase you. But, like, if I can tell you're not that interested, I'm not wasting my time. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it. Just, if you're not going to give me the same energy I'm going to give you, you're not going to get any energy from me at all.
In other words, he out of shape. He ain't got time to chase you.
She didn't
Can't
have to say
do
all
it.
that.
Can't do it.
She
She can't even last 10 minutes in the gym.
She didn't have to say all that.
When we went to the gym together, bro, she was in there for 10 minutes and was like, oh my God.
Yeah, because I was out of shape. What the hell? It doesn't happen to me too?
Can I explain? The reason why I wanted to do a segment like this, because on Facebook sometimes you get on there and it be a lot of shit that be getting after you. And I was like, damn, I think we all feel that way sometimes, but
It's all just general thoughts that I know a lot of people are thinking. That I say it because nobody else will.
There you go. That's
all it is.
Boom.
You know, a lot of it I'm not even feeling at the time. I'll just see something and be like. But I've been refraining a lot. Refraining a lot because a lot of it's not even worth posting, bro. You come to realize that after a while, like after you post something and then you start seeing how mad people get in the comments, you're like, was this even really worth it? Like,
I don't give a fuck if you're mad. If you're mad, I
yeah,
got you bothered.
Some things you also have to think about it from a business perspective, bro. Everybody knows me as Monty, bro. Everybody knows who, like, a lot of people if you do music, you pretty much know who I am at this point in Virginia, for the most part. They've either heard of me or they just know who I am, right? So I have a reputation I have to uphold. So some things are just not tasteful to be posting about. Like certain things, I need to just keep to myself. So certain things I'll type it out, but then I'll just be like, fuck, you couldn't tell me that from the beginning.
I just looked up.
I'm over it.
But it's just like one of those things that I feel like if you don't express yourself completely, in a sense, it's being fake. Because if you feel a certain type of way, let's say something that you don't agree with, right? And you were about to post it, and then you get a session with somebody that's heavy on what you disagree with. You just gonna do it for the bread, or you just gonna be like, well, damn, we can't have a general conversation and see how to understand each other. You know? Well,
there's some people I can do that, and some people I can't. Like, it really depends on who you are, because I'll get into a situation where I'm like, I could see we're on total opposite sides of something. I'm just gonna stay quiet. If you paying me, you're not paying me to sit here and have an opinion on something that don't matter to this specific thing right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'll just, okay, cool, stay over there. I'll stay over here. You know what I'm saying? Happens all the time. Feel me? Tay, get it off your chest.
Communication. I wish people did it properly. That's my biggest issue right about now. Like nobody, and then it's like it, and then it's it irritates me sometimes because then people go, well, how do you communicate properly? Who's to say what is proper communication?
Yeah.
The
That's really
communication
bouncing off of
that
what I
you
was
really
just
just
saying,
have
yeah.
like successful, like something comes out of it. That was proper communication.
Yo, people
if
have time to
nothing came
text,
out of
okay?
that shit, then
Just saying.
it's not proper. Something didn't click. Because even if you, because my like you just said, even if you don't feel like pursuing it, something comes out of that. Y'all both come to an understanding that, hey, this ain't it, and you can go separate ways, or whatever the case may be. Because it doesn't even have to be, you know what I'm saying? It's just communicate. Just communicate properly. It's just so easy. And then it's like, I feel like people don't understand that tones mean a lot. They feel like the way that they sound is like, oh, well, you just get over it. That's just me. That's how I sound. No, there's a time and a place for everything.
But why would a person have to moderate how they feel by their tone to please you?
Because, okay, take for instance, someone's tone can be very nasty, condescending or nasty, and you can say, hey, well, well, what's your attitude? Well, I don't have an attitude. What do you mean you don't have an attitude? I don't have it, but you sound, so you're trying to say I got an attitude based off of what I said. All I said was da-da-da-da, but you said it this way. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand that tones mean a lot. You can say the same thing and it means something totally different by the way you said it.
I don't.
But how can you tell someone's tone through a text?
Now,
That's different.
That's what I was getting at. Now, text message is different. Sometimes I'll read something and be like, but I'll read it in my
that's when I just
tone.
call them because I'm like, hold on, what did you mean by that? Because
there's indicators, because if you're used to talking to somebody, so like for me, for instance, like when I'm talking to somebody and I'm perfectly fine, I'm not ending shit with periods. But when I'm kind of like annoyed or pissed off, I'm ending it with periods.
Okay,
you feel me?
In a text.
If I'm annoyed with something,
that makes sense.
Really?
I mean, that or to like spread one sentence to
British.
the other.
Yeah, it's too much.
Very
That's
passive.
very British.
Super passive. That's passive aggressive.
Period.
You had to go
Period.
and find that period. I'm good on that.
Go and find it.
It's you, yeah. We're gonna bypass that.
Anyway, but just my whole thing on it is like with communication, especially with like just people you're talking to. People have time to talk to you. It's whether they choose to talk to you or not. Why is my camera flicking so heavy?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
I
gonna tell you.
I
I was
was
gonna tell you that the whole show, but
I know it's been flicking the whole show, but it's
Yeah.
just like getting worse and worse as time's going on. I gotta
Yeah,
like
just proper
readjust the wires.
communication. It is just so easy to just let it out. I feel like that goes into people wearing masks so often too. It's like, Lord, if you can just be okay with being who you are, you wouldn't be as uncomfortable saying certain things to certain people. I don't know. Maybe I should put on a mask sometimes, because sometimes I feel like I really offend people by me saying certain things, and that's not what I'm trying to do.
I wouldn't say offending them. I would say if you dish it, you gotta be able to take it.
Oh yeah, if it's
Like-
the truth, then what else? What else can I
I'm
do but
just
take the
saying,
shit?
If someone says it in a certain type of way, but it's their truth, then you take it for what it is.
See, and that's the thing too. Everybody, my mom always said, opinions are like assholes.
Everyone
Everybody's
has them,
got
and they all
one.
stink.
So why are you upset? Because just why this person might have this opinion, you might have an opposing opinion, and that's okay. Those are opinions.
Yeah.
Neither one of those are fact.
All right. Well, communication. Clarissa,
Dun, dun, dun.
get it off your chest, girl.
Okay, this is going to sound really odd coming from a person, like a soul singer, but I hate how people feels like now that everyone is so much more desensitized towards shit that's going on around them. Like, people are going through, like, I lost like 3 people last week while I'm like here, like this last week. Well,
Oh wow.
like somebody I knew from Wisconsin, somebody else who was like a family friend from here. I feel like there's a lot of things happening all around us that people just like letting it fly. And I feel like, am I weird for like feeling emotionally attached to a lot of stuff that's going on around me, or is everyone else like plugged in?
Oh God.
Do you not recognize that?
I feel you.
Like I'd be swiping up on social media or something. I'd be like, oh my God, like some tragedies happening. I saw crying. I'm like an emotional wreck. I'm like, we as people like just being so like
decent.
over.
Yeah, I feel like we are. Well, I feel like that might have a lot to do with you traveling to different countries as well, because now, like, I started thinking about it in the aspect of Americans in general. We don't take anything seriously, because at one point I was thinking, well, that was just our culture, like the black culture. No, it's American culture. We do not take anything seriously, so something real serious could be going on, and here we are making a joke of it.
But I think it doesn't bother people unless it's personally for them.
Exactly.
I say that because I can't get on here and listen to what you're saying and say I don't do it. I do it all the time. At one point in time, like death for me, oh, so and so died, or somebody passed away, and the balloons and the heartfelt messages on Facebook. I mean, before my homie passed away, I was just like, we used to laugh about motherfuckers that did that. We were like, yo, you putting your heart out on the social media like a diary. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Landlords don't care about that. It's not paying the bills. Like, we would laugh at it until it happens to you, and then it's just like, okay, I could see how this is kind of a relief talking about it. I could see. I mean, I was the same way with depression. Just because I don't go through depression, I shouldn't judge people off their depression. Like, everybody's different in how they handle situations. I used to look at depression like, yo, you ain't motivated. Like, get up, go take a walk, go eat something, go do something. But it doesn't work the same for everybody. And so I understand exactly where you're coming from. Coming from a person that really in the beginning didn't give a fuck. So
I feel like that's kind of like how the climate is in America right now with this whole political situation. Granted, I feel like there are a lot of bigger things going on in the world. Like, there's a lot of death and other things going on in the world that is really sad. But it's like
multiple wars going on right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Innocent
Which
people
is
dying. I mean, if you think about it, war altogether, war is just two people who don't like each other, disagree with each other, and they send out all their people to go kill each other.
Or they involve other people in their nonsense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where their troops are going to fight their battles. That I don't like you. Go fight their people. All you go kill yourselves. Yeah. I'm not gonna be there fighting.
Or you convince them to have the same morals as you do, or fight for your cause. Yeah. I see that happen a lot too. You know, like, you might have a disagreement with somebody, and you explain it to somebody so well that they're just like, you know what, you are right. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't have an opinion or a thought for themselves, so they automatically go with what you saying. I see that a lot as well.
Well, adding on to how Americans take everything as a joke. I mean, look at who's running our country. Our government's a joke. So when our government's a joke, look at this whole election right now. It's been a freaking shit show. It's been a joke. It's been Donald Trump boasting and bragging about being a dick, and Joe Biden sleeping the whole time. It's been awful. It's been very bad.
I don't even like the picking on Joe Biden sleeping the whole time. Like,
but what I'm saying is, he's too old to be paying attention. No, he's done. He's out. He already dropped out.
Well, I know that. I posted about that. I'm just saying, like, this shouldn't have went as long as it has.
No, it shouldn't have.
His ass should have been gone. No. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all are the ones that put him back in office.
That leads me to this question. Do you guys over in the UK have as many problems with your government as we have here? Like, do you guys have like that much distrust in your government over there too?
I definitely think so. I kind of avoid like watching too much because I just get pissed off. I'm just like, yeah. Really? Like, I mean, I think the funniest thing for me was when I finally did start looking a little bit more into politics, and I noticed how much Boris Johnson looked like Trump. I was like, damn. I was like, it's like your twin brother from like afar. Like, what's going on here? Like, so that was kind of something that caught my eye. But then, like, I don't know, it's a hot mess, and it's across the board. You look at other countries, like everywhere's got their own issues.
Exactly,
everywhere's got their own issues right now.
It's crazy because for me, it's like I didn't really care too much about politics until like the last year and a half is when I really started to pay more attention because like I still am not registered to vote. Don't really care to vote. Until I find somebody worth voting for, I'm not voting. I mean, that's just me personally, but
I will say with America, we have the opportunity to talk like this. About our government.
Very true.
Because you go to North Korea.
Nah, you ain't doing none of that.
They ain't having none of that.
Nah.
Right?
We're going to make an example.
China,
we cut your head off right here.
Yeah, you go to China, they ain't playing that shit there either.
And I feel like a lot of Americans, like, if we took our opinion-based, strong-willed people over there to their countries, oh yeah, we'll be dead in a week. Half our population be gone because they're not going for it. But then it also makes me look at it like, damn, some people are trapped. Like, you can't even express how you really feel.
And that's why I feel like a lot of people should really start looking into the way that the leaders operate in other countries and look at kind of how the leaders that are running are kind of going about their leadership. Because if we're being completely honest, it's like, oh, I don't want to be with that person. It's just like, oh, just don't vote for Trump. Just don't do it. But at the same time, everything that he's doing is like, does that not seem dictatorship kind of like to you?
Nope.
I mean, I think
because all you're hearing is money. He gave us money last time. Yes, that's what's gonna make you vote for him again.
My thoughts on Trump is I think he is a pathological liar. Honestly, I think that he just talks a very big game. I really do think he's full of himself 95% of the time. However, Trump is still a businessman who did do a lot of positive. He did a lot of negative, but he did a lot of positive too. I don't like either candidate. I don't like anybody in government. Honestly, my thoughts on it is start fresh. Kick them all out. Tell them all to kick rocks and start fresh with a bunch of new people, like younger generation, 35, 45. Get all these 80-year-old people out of office, please. Why is our president 80 years old? Like, this should not be a thing. You should be like no more than 65 years old running a country.
You know what I
think
thought was funny?
Ridiculous.
That everybody's like, oh yeah, Bernie, when Bernie was trying to be when Bernie was the nominated, he was a nominate. What's the word?
Anyway,
nominate.
DJ Stutter, get it out.
Well, no, because what's the word? It's not nominated. What is
nominee?
Nominee. There we go.
God,
yes, thank you.
Damn it.
When he was a nominee for the Democratic Party, and they would always talk about him as old, but he was too old. But they put Biden in office. Mind you, Bernie had some damn sense and still has sense. But Biden was telling y'all that he was too old, and y'all still put him in office.
Maybe that was the difference, though, is that Bernie still maybe had sense to where Biden is pretty much damn near dementia.
But that was my point. Bernie was trying to be nominee to be president,
but
they told him he was too old.
But I'm saying, but listen, all right. So what you're saying is that he still had he could still know where he was, to where Biden didn't know where he was half the time, so they can control him like a puppet a lot easier than they would have been able to control
I'm saying
Bernie.
The people.
Why do you think a lot of them don't want Trump in office? Because Trump's going to do what Trump feels like doing.
I'm saying the citizens. I understand that the political party, they were looking at it as like, yeah, of course, we're going to listen to y'all. Yeah, Bernie's too old. We're going to put Biden in office. But the citizens that weren't using their heads and going, but yeah, Biden is too old, because they heard one political person say, yeah, he's too old for this. Oh, well, Bernie, well, yeah, he's too old for this. But when it was Biden, it was like, oh, but he was our vice president, so...
I don't know. I only paid so much attention at this point because they all suck in office. Our government is trash. And so I pay attention to things like what happened to that dumbass Kimberly. Her name is Cheatler.
Oh, can I ask
Her name is Cheatler, people. Kimberly Cheatler, okay?
Can I ask you this, though?
She's a director of fucking Secret Service, vato.
Maybe this will help not only ourselves, but people out here that's watching or are going to watch this. What is your version of a perfect society? Like, what is your version of shit gone right? Because, like you said, you don't like any of the candidates because of what they do or how they operate. You know, everybody has, oh, you either got this person or this person. But in your opinion, what would make the perfect candidate? Like, what do you want in America right now to make it better?
Mr. Beast.
Oh my God.
Jimmy for president.
Kanye. No.
Honestly, I don't have an answer for that. I don't know. I don't know what a perfect society looks like or feels like.
There's no such thing as a perfect society.
Well, let's say not just necessarily perfect, but a balance. Like, what do you want?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, out of your life right now, if you said everybody's talking politics and stuff like that, what do you want? Or what would you want in our government to change?
Honesty.
To benefit our lives.
Honesty. Being honest with us about what they're doing and why they're doing it. Not just, like, for instance, our government sending money everywhere else besides their own country helping out other countries besides their own when their own country's in a shit show and a whole big ass shithole? Why are you putting all the money over in those other countries and not into your own? They're not giving us real answers. They never have and they never will. So if we were able to have a committee of Congress and a president who would tell us the truth and be honest with us about everything that's going on and what they're doing and why they're doing it, that's my ideal president. Is somebody who the people can actually trust. When was the last time people had any, like, the majority of Americans had trust in our government?
Kennedy. And
How long ago was that? A long time ago, right?
Motherfucking muffin cap blew.
Long time ago, right?
Bow.
So point being is like
Sorry.
we've had no trust in our government, right? We need now. I'm not saying that this guy is perfect. I'm sure he's got his flaws, but the dude, the president of El Salvador, changed the fuck out of that country. Made it from one of the most dangerous countries in the world to one of the safest in like what, a year and a year.
Because he actually cared about the
all
country.
he did was lock up everybody and put them in a cage. I mean,
see, but this is the thing.
He locked up all the criminals, though. All the gangbangers, all the gang leaders, all the people who were causing the problems.
yeah, you just put them in their own society.
That's why
In a cage where they belong. Because they were trying to kill everybody else who had nothing to do with that shit.
When you said a perfect society, that's why I changed it to a balanced society. Only because you gotta have the dark with the light. You just have to balance it somehow. Everything has its purpose, and we do kind of need the bad in order for the good to have a reason to kind of like thrive, if you get what I'm saying. Or even sometimes you need the good to have all in all, there is a balance. We need it all, and we just need that group of persons that understand the balance and can see that, hey, if we put a little bit more focus here, this will improve. If we do this here, like, but the thing is people get power and they go fucking crazy, and they no longer care about their purpose that they got there in the first place, like the main purpose of being there in the first place.
Okay.
They completely forget that once the power goes. I feel like some people probably do go into office with good intentions until they get drunk
and they like, fuck
yeah. I feel, and then it's like I never understood that too, because it's like the president doesn't really have as much power as everybody like to say he does.
No, they don't. They really just
really don't.
For Congress, honestly.
They're nothing but faces for the Congress.
Yeah, that's all they really
Bingo.
are.
Let's
go.
It's the Congress face.
We are nearing the end of the show here.
You ain't let her answer yet.
No. Oh.
She didn't answer.
Answer what?
What's your version of a balanced society?
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Go ahead. My bad.
Rude bastard.
I'm just gonna say something real quick, which will be
take your time.
Right now, I feel like we could start at the absolute basics of balanced society and start with the FDA, man. Because the FDA, FDA in America killing everybody, and then some asshole benefiting off sick people. So what can I say? If you're not fixing the food and you're not fixing like what you put in your body, I don't know what to say. Like,
is it true?
That's the basic shit that needs to happen as well.
Have you noticed? Are people a lot fatter over here than over there?
Man, I've never seen some of these bugs till I came to this country. Like, this stuff here, like, is fucking shit amplified. It's, like the milk here, I didn't really like to drink too much milk here. So like the farming's different here. There's more GMO shit here. Like I break out more here. My friend, she has celiac disease in America. No, but she did have celiac disease in Europe. Like, just basic shit. Like,
see, it'd be this type of shit, yo. It'd be this type of shit. Like, you come over here, they just want us all to be fat and lazy.
Dude, you got a pill for that.
Well, yeah, so you don't revolt against the government.
That's fucking rough. That's disgraceful.
You got the pills for the pills, of course.
Fucking FDA, FBI apparently needs to be better, too.
Wow, that's the whole cycle. It makes sense. Because, Big Pharma is their biggest pay cut.
That's what I'm saying. America's just all about the money. It's not even about the society. It's not about longevity. It's not about like creating sustainability for longevity. It's all about give me the money. Give me the money.
Which is the reason why, like she said, when you come here and you step on this land, you're immediately stressed because it's work. America is nothing but a giant corporation. We are all at work. No matter where we are.
But you can be who you want to be. And ladies and gentlemen.
Barely.
If you see, hold on. If you see these comments.
Nah, see, you can't even be who you want to be. Because if you try to be who you are or be who you want to be, you get judged by everybody.
It's how you exploit yourself. That's
everywhere. That's life.
Hold on, no. That's how you exploit yourself. That's how you exploit yourself. Most people, like, let's for example, and this is going to sound wild as fuck. if you like sucking dick, right?
Don't point at me.
Okay. Let's say if y'all ladies like eating coochie.
No diddy, bro.
Why does it have to
Why
be
can't you just point at her and say she likes sucking dick?
Oh, no, wait. No.
She a girl.
Hold on. I'm just saying. I'm going.
She's admitted she likes sucking dick.
Okay. Oh,
I
Jesus.
did.
If y'all like eating coochie, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's say you a stud, a femme, whatever you want to be. As long as you don't fucking put that out on social media, nobody will fucking know what you do in your own house.
Yeah.
People put who they want to be on the internet. If you kept your life concealed, you could do really what the fuck you want to do.
No,
I mean, you can do it either way, but it's still like, regardless. Like, just think about it for trans
we pay
people.
taxes. We file our taxes to the IRS every year. We can't really necessarily keep who we want to be away from the government.
That's why they give you options. If I wanted to file my taxes and say I'm
from
Mexican,
the government and the public.
I have the right to put I am Mexican, and I can put it on there. They're not gonna say, "Well, your skin tone is brown, so you're black." No, motherfucker, I said Mexican. So
yeah,
that's what I am.
but in America, it's all about success and finances. For real.
Yeah, if you don't got money out here, you ain't shit. That's really what it is.
And they make sure that they keep close tabs on your finances.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about individuality, who you want to be. If that's what you want to be, you can do it if you don't put yourself out there. There's plenty of people out there in the world that we don't even know about, and they're living their best life because we don't even know who the fuck they are.
I mean, they could be. They could also be living their worst life. You never know.
You know what I'm saying? Most of these people, they get judged, or they get these people that look at them a certain way. It's because they put themselves out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the sad thing, is that if you want to be who you are, some people have to accept the consequences of that. Why does there have to be consequences at all for somebody being who they are? Like, I mean, I think it's honestly, I think it's stupid people who are like I know we all do it, but I think it's stupid that people look at somebody and be like, make fun of them because of something they were born with, like a body feature or something. Like, you get somebody has a big fucking mole on their nose or something they were born with. You know what I'm saying? And then people are shaming them for that. It's like,
really always thought stuff like that was really cute.
Well, I'm just saying, you know what I mean. I'm just giving an example here.
My mom has a giant birthmark on her face. I forget it is there sometimes.
See that awkward silence? You did this last time.
I love doing it.
You did this last time. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, be who you want to be. We are in the country. We are in that country. We are in that element where you can be who you want to be. We have that right. Yes, it is hard. Yes, sometimes it sucks. But guess what? Compared to other places, we have that right. And even if you don't like where you at right now, you can leave. You have that option.
You can be to who you want to be to the point that you're just fucking delusional.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, at the end of the day, you can leave. And and when the people say that shit all the time,
you can be a squirrel today. If you
exactly.
Want.
If I wanted to be a fucking unicorn,
would say that's like psychosis.
Half unicorn, half A-train, I could do that, and there's nothing stopping me from doing it. That's the beauty of living in America. I'm just sorry.
Nah, I feel what you're saying. So, do y'all have any final questions for Miss Clarissa before we wrap up? Because we are past time here.
Yeah, I need a lot more posts.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
I'm ridiculous.
That was more or less a comment.
Yeah, that was a statement.
A statement.
Yeah.
I'm a supporter. I'm a supporter. I shared it. I shared her work. I put it out there. I like your music. Hell, I thought you had a little soul, like a little black woman.
Thank you. You got to say exactly what you said.
I thought it was
like a black woman.
Yeah, it was a black woman stuck in your throat. I heard it. And then when you come on the show and you said, I sing Aretha Franklin. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, now it makes sense. You know, I can see you with a little cigarette, a little bit of Jack and Daniels, with a little dress on and singing on stage.
With the ball gown, got bright red lips with the fucking Marilyn Monroe hair going on.
Come on now, I can see it.
I can see it too.
Definitely.
I fucks with the vibes. I fucks with it.
I got a wig on my head. I put a picture of myself with them killed things in, and I fucked all that shit up. I scraped that shit back on my fucking.
Tay, do you have any final questions?
Awkward silence.
I don't. Look, leave me in my awkward silences alone.
We asked a fair amount of questions, I would say.
Yeah, I don't really have any more
questions. Just making sure we got any last ones before you.
No.
Miss Clarissa, do you have anything you want to add before we go ahead with our closing statements here?
I'm good.
He looked at you and you looked at me. I ain't Clarissa.
I'm looking at you.
Well, I was looking both those directions. Well, tell everybody where they can find you.
So you can check me out on This Is Clarissa UK on Instagram, Facebook.
Facebook.
I knew that was going. I
heard it too.
I got my schedule up on both them, and also my website is thisisclarissa.com. You can book me through there. You can send me an email message through there. You can see my upcoming schedule. You can see my EPK stuff. Shit, come see me.
Yeah, come see her. Fire artist. Fire performances.
Oh, and where will you be in the 7-5?
This Friday.
Okay. Can I got a Wednesday coming up.
Do it.
I got a Saturday,
Plug yourself up. This is the time, baby.
Saturday and Newport News, and then on the Friday I'm at Legacy Live. That's gonna be a vibe. Then I got a little morning performance. It's gonna be rough.
Oof.
That's gonna be the Creative Vibe District and Virginia Beach.
Shout out to them.
Big freaking
Yeah.
Shout out to them. They just got done doing a big event. Big
the
event.
Wave Fest joint.
Mm-hmm.
That jank looked packed. I'm
Boy.
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Boy,
It did.
they had some. They did very, very well.
Yeah. They had a lot of artists out there though.
Shout out to Who's Next 757. Shout out to Millie. Shout out to Pretty Loco G Lit. Shout out to Zion. Zion interviewed Caribou.
Oh, I saw. Yeah.
Boss Man D-Lo.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, wow.
Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. He I'm so proud of you, bro, and I'm gonna give you your flowers while I'm here. Yo, bro, these last couple years watching you grow and really taking everything for what it is. Zion, Randy, yo, it's rainy, bro. You're doing your thing. Now your skits, you're gonna get in trouble eventually, but everything else.
I literally started beefing with somebody who follows him over that because I literally I shouldn't have commented. Well, I shouldn't have commented. I should have just hit him up personally and said what I had to say. But because I had told him bro, I love what you're doing, but stop doing what you're doing, this specific content. Because this whole walking up to random ladies in a store, I'm trying to grab that cake, I'm trying to cream pie and all that shit is not fucking cool. I'm sure that he is staging it and probably trying to get permission from people prior to doing it because he's doing some inappropriate shit. But it's just not a good look. What you're doing with those interviews and shit, that's fire. And then when you're just asking random girls questions on the board, well, doing all that random everyday life, I love that shit. But this whole walking up, man, I'm trying to grab them cakes, shit's inappropriate. It's not cool, bro. It's childish content. And like I said before, is that who you want people to see you as? That guy who's doing that, or do you want people to take you seriously for real? You know what I'm saying? Because doing those interviews, bro, I saw the Caribou joint. I was like, there we go. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit I fuck with.
And everything. He's doing a god. Nonetheless, brother.
Taseki,
whatever you want to call it. Nonetheless, I'm very proud of you.
Facts.
From seeing how you grew up so far, going to Norfolk, taking everything. I love it, brother. Keep doing you.
Facts.
Definitely.
And Clarissa, I really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come and stop by and see us. We planned this out a long time ago. Actually, it was 2 months ago, maybe, or something like that.
It's old, but probably.
Yeah, it was a while ago. She had hit me up
I've been
about
looking
this,
forward to it ever since because when
it was
he was
in May.
she's touring, and I was like, no, really, that's dope.
Yeah,
that is dope.
Yeah,
I really
make it happen. Gotta make it happen.
Absolutely, yeah. I really appreciate you taking your time. Taking your time to come out here because this has been a dope experience to be able to meet you, and I enjoyed this.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, that's all we got for the show today, guys.
End it with your UK accent.
I did have one thing to say to you today, Ed. I saw you post something earlier, and I just want to say this. D-Lo would be very proud of you, bro.
Oh, very much so.
Oh, yeah,
D-Lo would be very proud of you, bro.
Working hard,
you know what I'm saying? We recently just also lost a friend, a very close friend. Yeah. Them two were very, very, very close. You know what I'm saying?
You would like him.
Yeah, D-Lo was D-Lo is probably one of the coolest people you ever meet. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo was just like that. But he would be very fucking proud of you, bro. I just want to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been on it. You feel me? But all right, y'all. That's all we got for Hey Chill. It's just a podcast.
End it with the UK accent. Say it. Do it over.
God.
This has been Hey Chill. It's just a podcast. We're here with another week. We'll see you next week. This is Aimotzi.
Tuning out.
Hey Chill. It's just a